Hey guys, I wanted to talk briefly about Figma's IPO, and then I also want to talk about another one, Fly, which is Fly Aerospace. They recently landed on the moon successfully, unlike Intuitive Machines. Remember LUNR, that stock? Remember when they landed on the moon, but then it tipped over twice? This company is having their IPO. They haven't announced a date, a specific date yet. They're doing the road show right now, but they're saying it, could list between IPO range of $35 to $39. But we saw with Figma what happened, right? It doesn't matter what they say with that range. It could open way higher than that. And Figma is obviously a much better company just because their financials, are stronger, okay? But at this point with Figma, it is up huge, guys, and this is where you can get burned with how much it's up. Remember, this was supposed to come out at $30 to $32 right in there, or $33 to $35, okay? And then now look where it's at. So at some point, it's going to come back down to earth. We don't know when. This is a great company, but again, it's way overvalued in my opinion. Now, remember, stocks can remain irrational, right? Longer than we can remain solvent. You've heard that quote probably before, but it's true. So it could stay high for a while before coming down. But with it being August right now too, I would recommend waiting for a good pullback opportunity, okay? If you want to scalp trade it where you get in and out quickly, that's totally fine, right? You just use RSI like I've taught you. Remember when you get to oversold, when you see that, you can play a quick bounce on it, okay, and then get out of the way, make your money, and move on. Kind of like these low float, high volume stocks, right, that we play in the pre-market only, right? We get in and out fast. So that's how I do it, unless it comes down under $85 per share. That's about where it opened yesterday with the IPO, which is crazy, way higher than the initial range. Then I'll be interested in it a little bit more if it goes below 85 bucks. So that's what I'm looking at personally. And if it doesn't go there, that's okay with me, right? There's plenty of fish in the sea. That's how you have to look at it. Just take what the market gives you, okay? And don't, try to play stocks that are up huge already, because like I said, you can get burned unless you're playing them really fast, okay? So Fly Aerospace, though, is another one there's some excitement about. But again, there hasn't been a date announced yet, but I do like that they actually landed successfully on the moon, and they do have revenue, even though they're taking way bigger losses, okay? Whereas Figma, again, it had such a strong debut because they have 91% profit margins, really strong, revenue and earnings per share growth, and everyone wanted to be in it, and that's why it was way higher, okay, than the initial price expected, okay? And so this stock, could have a good debut, but we'll see later. I'll let you know when I do see that, when there's a date, specific date for their IPO.